$1 million light bulb change and dinosaurs suddenly showing up all over again? That's just the beginning. New attractions, new businesses, and changes that, well, sometimes make people grumble. Keep watching because today we're going to take a look at what's new at the island in Pigeon Forge. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Thank you for joining us today. If you're planning a trip to Pigeon Forge or it's been a while since your last visit, this video will help you learn about one of the most popular destinations in the Smoky Mountains, the island. We're going to take a dive into some of the most recent changes and talk about some of the things that some people are not so happy with and others are thrilled about. Some of these changes have quietly appeared while others have roared their way back for only the summer, and one of them is a dazzling change that you only see at night. Before we dive into those changes, let's first explain what the island is for those who may be new to Pigeon Forge. The island is a 22-acre shopping, dining, and entertainment complex located just off the parkway in the heart of town. A major part of its success comes from its accessibility. The island is free to enter, offers free parking, and allows visitors to decide how much they want to spend without paying an admission fee. Many people come to sit and watch the fountain shows or just sit back and people watch. There's no denying that those rocking chairs can be quite appealing. Now, when it comes to the island, people tend to fall into two categories: those who love it and those who see it as a symbol of Pigeon Forge's growing commercialization. But regardless of where you stand, there's no denying its impact on the area. The island attracts millions of visitors each year, supports hundreds of jobs, and blends nationally recognized brands with locally owned shops, restaurants, and attractions, creating a unique mix of corporate and local businesses. Perhaps the biggest reason the island has remained so popular is that it's always changing. Much like the iconic wheel at its center, the island never seems to stand still, constantly adding new attractions, businesses, and experiences for visitors to discover each year. So let's talk about some of those changes. A nice recent addition to the island is actually in the parking lot. A new pedestrian bridge just opened this year, and it connects the island parking area to the parkway. The bridge is a welcome addition as visitors have a new way to cross the Little Pigeon River. The bridge comes out from behind Three Bears General Store and Rockin' Raceway to the island, and it was actually privately funded by the owners of those businesses. The bridge not only improves pedestrian safety, it reduces traffic conflicts, and also makes it convenient for visitors to walk between the parking area to the parkway and other businesses nearby. One of the most exciting returning attractions this year are the dinosaurs, at least in my opinion. They have once again found their way back to the island. They were one of our favorite additions last year, and in our opinion, are the kind of creative touch that helps set the island apart from other attractions in the area. For many visitors, especially families with young children, the dinosaurs are one of the highlights of their trips. And it's free to come and see them, which is a wonderful perk for those of you who are on a budget. The dinosaurs will remain at the island through the middle of September, giving summer visitors plenty of opportunities to experience them for free. And this collection features over 20 creatures from several different periods of prehistoric history, ranging from the Jurassic area to the late Cretaceous period. This year's exhibit also includes several improvements. The display features enhanced nighttime lighting, additional colors that kind of glow in the black lights, and more opportunities for fun photos throughout the attractions. And of course, they also added these unique plaques with a QR code that leads you to informative facts about the dinos. Another exciting little change they added was a Jurassic Adventure scavenger hunt. So not only can you learn fascinating new facts and cool things when you use that QR code, but if you go and visit each one of the dinosaurs, your family can then receive a prize, a colorful slap bracelet at the end of the adventure. You'd have to get that prize at the dinosaur shop in front of the fountains on the side by Paula Deen's. Okay. I admit, though, I love the dinosaurs, don't get me wrong, but last year they had the Bronchiosaurus and one of her babies standing over the fountains, and I just loved the imagery. They actually had a name for her, as Bella, and I just loved it. But this year they put the Tyrannosaurus Rex there, and though it's a powerful image, I kind of liked last year's a little bit better, what they did with the fountains. If any of you have any thoughts about the two, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you about that. Now, another small change that many people didn't even know happened or was an issue was that Margaritaville actually opened their rooftop bar to the general public. Before, only guests can go there, but now it's open to the public. And if you do want to get some fantastic views of the actual fountains at night or during the day, anytime, this area above the pool area is got some really cool views. Now, we haven't been up there since they opened it to the general population, and I do wonder if they have done some kind of segregation between the pool and general guest area and the people that are coming up just to eat. Either way, it really is a fun opportunity to just come up and explore and see the actual resort itself. It's a beautiful resort, and if you get up there and get to some views of the fountains at night, fantastic. Now, another notable change is the arrival of Ben & Jerry's, which has moved into the location formerly occupied by the Island Creamery. As with Starbucks last year, opinions will be likely mixed. Some visitors prefer unique local businesses, while others appreciate the familiarity of brands they already know and trust. So when you're on vacation, there's a certain comfort in knowing exactly what to expect. So whether you see it as a positive or negative change, it looks like Ben & Jerry's is now part of the growing lineup at the island. Another business change involved the Key Lime Company, which has taken over the location formerly occupied by the Bake Sale. No surprise, but their specialty is key lime themed desserts. Personally, key lime is not one of my things. I don't like sour foods, but it is a very popular treat in the Florida area, so it's kind of like bringing a little bit of Florida into the Smoky Mountains. Another new business to the island is the Bigfoot Harley-Davidson. Even if you don't like motorcycles, this place is fun to walk around and browse and see what kinds of fun apparel they have. We're not big motorcycle people, but it's actually kind of neat inside. They've done a good job with the decor. Right down from Harley-Davidson, another shop, the Southern Sports, has completed a major remodel. Returning visitors may immediately notice the updated appearance and refreshed layout. It's another example of businesses investing in their space as the competition throughout Pigeon Forge continues to increase. Now, as you walk around the island, you'll probably have already noticed there's a bunch of different cages. And in the summer months or in the warmer season, they actually will often have parrots there. These cages are all maintained by an attraction called Parrot Mountain, which is up by Dollywood. The actual attraction offers a huge, expansive opportunity for people to interact and actually see a lot of exotic birds. Now, this particular attraction is locally owned, and they have been slowly expanding their presence throughout different cities in the area. Gatlinburg has a little location, and now the island has their own dedicated location. If you want to go in, you can take a look at what they have, talk to the knowledgeable staff, and even ask more about the attraction and what they have to offer. You can even get a picture with the parrots. SkyFly Soar America has received an update as well. The attraction recently added about 10 extra minutes to the experience, featuring a additional destinations and national parks and scenic locations from around the U.S. So if you've never experienced SkyFly, it's a flying theater attraction that uses motion seating, wind effects, and a giant screen to create the sensation of soaring over the America's most beautiful landscapes. If you'd like to learn more about this attraction, I'll leave a link at the end of the video for you to click. Now, the next change is not really for the good. Many people love to go to Paula Deen's when they're coming down to the area. Paula Deen's is a family-style all-you-can-eat place where you pick and choose which meals that you want, and then they just keep bringing you the food, and it's one price. Now, up until very recently, at the very end of your meal, you could take home or eat a small dessert. It really isn't a very big dessert. It was a very small thing, but you know what? It was part of the price, and people are okay with that, right? Well, apparently Paula Deen's wasn't okay with this anymore, and they are now charging you to eat that small, tiny dessert. And I know for a fact, a lot of people looked at that and said, this is too much. What the heck is going on down here? So I guess it is what it is, with the growing prices and inflation and all the things that are happening in our country. I understand why they made the decision, but at the same time, really, did they need to do it that way? There's definitely a growing trend in the Pigeon Forge area where it is becoming far too expensive to bring a family there anymore. And a lot of people are beginning to see it as another Disney. And this is frustrating because as it is, it's so hard finding places in this country where you can go affordably with your family and enjoy a vacation. So I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I know it's a very controversial subject and many people have very strong views. I'd love to hear about them from you. Please let us know in the comments what you're thinking. So now let's talk about the last update the island went through this year, and it's arguably one of the most dramatic and possibly most expensive light bulb change in Pigeon Forge history. That's because this year they changed the lights on the island wheel. The Great Smoky Mountain Wheel has definitely become one of the defining landmarks of the Pigeon Forge area. It is visible throughout the entire parkway and glows at night, and has served as a centerpiece of the island since the attraction first opened. This year, however, the wheel underwent a massive lighting upgrade, and the project reportedly cost more than $1 million and completely replaced the wheel's previous lighting system with a modern programmable LED technology. Now, I admit the other lighting did need to be fixed because you could see at random nights there was like half the lights were working. So it really did need an upgrade. $1 million worth? I don't know. I guess if you go there and look at it yourself, you can make that decision yourself. But I will say that the wheel is definitely brighter and the colors are much more vibrant. There's like some more of an animation about it, and more importantly, it definitely can be programmable to the different holidays and events. So during Christmas, I'm sure they're going to have a lot more reds and greens, and then of course in 4th of July, you'll probably see some really cool effects with the 4th of July season. So, you know what? It's definitely a cool upgrade. $1 million worth? I don't know. That I'll let you guys decide for yourself. Either way, there's no denying that the wheel does look dramatically different than it did just a few months ago. So, as the island continues to add attractions, updating businesses, and investing in improvements, some of those changes are big and some are small. Some are very controversial, and some are simply fun additions that make a family vacation a little bit more memorable. But together, they are the reason the island continues to draw in millions of people a year. I hope this video helps you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bear Facts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.